Hey everyone, welcome to Old Iron Garage. Thank you for tuning in. So I am out here today working on the tailgate of the truck as a workbench with a friend slash neighbor from a couple blocks away. And we are going to try to get this single cylinder Onan generator from that I drug home earlier this year running. We're going to see if it'll run. Yeah, I had him, it's pretty heavy. I had him come over to help me lift it, and he decided to stick around and see if it'll run. So we're working on it. We're just going to try and get this knocked out fast. So I'm just going to set the phone up to record, and we're just going to work. All right, let's dive in. Come on, get in there. So far, all we've done is we have started to prepare to hook up fuel and 12 volts. There's this little fuel filter, OEM fuel filter, and I know that because it's painted the same color. I'm going to go make sure this is good and cleaned out and blown out. It had a bit of like mud in there, like a mud dauber tried to build a nest in there because the fuel line that was on here was just cut and open. I had a used fuel line with fuel filter laying around, so it's going to have, you know, double fuel filter. And my friend here is getting 12 volts hooked up, and I'm going to get a fuel supply. We're going to go from there. Those clamps. Oh crap. The best I can do is zip ties. Go knock on the front door and ask Angie for
I think I got a couple
some zip ties.
Actually, I do have zip ties in my truck.
Alright, got some carbon choke cleaner here. I'm just going to spray out this fuel filter to make sure there's nothing in it. I would just eliminate it for now, but you see it threads into the fuel pump. So we kind of need it, so we can have a nipple to hook a fuel line onto. Jeez. Yep. It was coming out pretty, the carb cleaner was coming out pretty clean, so yeah. I just want to make sure any fine particulates were rinsed out. Oh, we need to add oil. That's going to be my next thing. Do you want to go in there and grab a funnel and then just grab on the floor in there, I believe there should be a thing that says straight 30 weight HD diesel oil. I like to use diesel oil in all my small engine applications because it has added zinc. It's extra zinc. Sometimes these old engines like that. Some of them really need it. So I just use it. It doesn't hurt the ones that don't need it. So you're not really hurting anything. Oh, I need some pliers. You want to just fill that up till it's about to the opening. Yeah, it's a little low on oil. Yeah. It's not super low, but just go ahead and fill it up till it's about halfway up those threads. So this does have a fuel pump, so all I have to do is drop the end of the fuel line into this can of fuel, and if the fuel pump is working, we will know because of this clear fuel filter. We will see it in there. Some oil on this nipple so that this thing goes on a little easier. This old fuel line, it's a little bit on the hard side, not terrible. These style hose clamps, it's just what happened to be on this fuel line that was lying around nearby. They are kind of a pain in the butt. Get this. If you could see what kind I'm talking about, you would understand. I never did like these. I take these off of my Boland's tractors all the time and never put them back on, but I hang on to them because it's an original part. But truth is, I'm probably never going to put these things back on. I don't know if I can get it on there, but I kind of need a hose clamp on there because that hose is on there a little bit loose. Think you can get it? All right. It's being a pain in the butt. It's not the screw type, it's like that round spring steel type with the two tabs that you have to pinch together. Should we just take it off, put that other kind on? Let's just do that. We're going to swap it out for the other one just for the sake of getting this going. Because you're probably getting bored just sitting there watching us fuss with a hose clamp. So what I intend to do is literally just put the end of that hose into this fuel can. It's got enough gas in there that it'll reach. Did you get that battery hooked up by chance?
Yep.
So, is there anything else we need to do? Everything's good?
I don't know how the fuel pump will kick on.
I know how. You push the start button. Hold on. Wait. Let's get everything else. Get out of the way. Make sure that's into the bottom, but not like stuck facing the bottom. That's a little better. All right. I would avoid the electrical in there because I don't know what all runs through there, but it's trying. Keep going. That battery might not be enough. Should we just get the battery out of the truck? I don't know if that battery's enough. I don't know what it takes to turn this thing over. The generator head is the electric starter as well.
You got those jumpers in there.
You mean those
Jump packs.
those are no good. All three of them. Two of them got brand new batteries on it and they're still no good. Let's just get the battery out of the truck. Should we? We're gonna get the battery out of the truck. I am gonna pause this video and we will come back. So we got a little ahead of ourselves. We got a battery hooked up, the one from the truck, and then it wouldn't crank over. You could hear the solenoid click, but it wouldn't crank over. So what we did was he had the idea to put a drill on there and spin it to clean up the contacts in the starter part of the generator head, and that worked. It spins over now, but we have no spark, and the fuel pump right now does not seem to be pumping. So we're going to clean the points.
I'm going to see if I can splice into that wire.
Wait, which wire? Where does it connect to? See if you can go to where it connects rather than cutting. Don't try to avoid cutting the wire.
I'm not going to cut it. It's just
Okay.
strip it. Right where it's at. That's what this is.
I was going to say, I think it disconnects up there somewhere. You could just go into the end. That's what I would do. Oh, where'd you get that spark plug at?
My truck.
Gotcha.
I spliced out of my truck. I keep replacing.
Whoa, that whole thing just spun. Is that? What the heck? What is going on with that?
I don't know.
That doesn't seem right. So I guess I brought you guys back at the wrong time. So what I'm wondering is that just a fuel cutoff solenoid of some kind? Because like if you look,
Shut off valve.
that's what that is. Okay, so this here, I was wondering if that actually was an electric fuel pump, because this here looks to me like a manual, like mechanical fuel pump. Doesn't that look like that?
Yeah.
So I was kind of wondering.
This problem is that power running in it.
It does click. I feel it. So our diaphragm is probably no good. So we're probably not going to get this thing running today, except for maybe bottle feeding it. But we're going to try anyway. So I'm going to go ahead, clean these points. I normally don't use sandpaper, but that's what I had handy. Let me drag a little piece of paper or something through there. See if I got a dollar bill. I do not. Well, let's just see if we have spark. No. I'm gonna try cleaning them a little more. The points may need to be set too. I don't know if they are correct or not. I don't even know what the specifications are for these points, what they're supposed to be set at. I can guess, I can make an educated guess, and it may say here somewhere. Sometimes they will say. Doesn't look like this one does. Definitely getting some junk off of there. I'm going to spray them out with a little bit of cleaner. I want to give that a minute or we might have a woof right there. I am actually just going to go ahead and pause the video again, and I will bring you back if we have any, if we make any progress before we try to fire it up. Okay everybody, we've made some progress. It has spark, and I believe we might possibly have the fuel system working. Had to kind of prime it, get that old diaphragm wet, but it is disappearing out of the funnel here. And it's going somewhere. There is a chance it could be going into the crankcase of the engine if the diaphragm has a hole in it. So, but it seems, I doubt that, because it seems to only be disappearing when cranking. So, Amazon's here. All right. So, we did try to test fire it on some carb cleaner that I have handy here, and we got a few putts. So that's where we're going to pick up. All right, hit it. Battery's getting weak. All right, stop. Oop. Let it rest just a moment. And hey there. You can just put it over there. Thank you though. Sorry, my hands are a little full.
Yeah, I didn't see that till I walked closer.
There, the charger's going again.
What's that?
Got the charger clicked back on.
Did it stop charging? Was that what it was? All right, let's hit it, see what happens. gonna have to grab another battery, I'm afraid. Well, she backfired out the carb. Yeah. So we are gonna have to grab another battery. So I'm gonna get my friend here to pause the video again, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, so we got something else figured out. It's now cranking over fast enough, okay? So that was just kind of a whole mess. We tried a few different batteries, and then I ended up finding some brand new battery cable clamps for like a top post battery in the garage. Brand new package, never opened. Threw those on, put them on a battery that's been sitting in the garage forever, and we got this guy's truck hooked up with jumper cables. I'm sure you can hear it running behind you. So now, I'm gonna make sure fuel line is still primed. This seems to work to get air bubbles out of the line. Make sure it's just full of fuel. All right, hit it. Again. Now what? It runs, and it seems to be very healthy. So now we're going to put this fuel line actually into a fuel tank like I had it before, and you know how to wire up an outlet? I think I got one in here. We're going to see if we can get this hooked up to test this generator head. Alright, can you go pause that? We'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, so, oh, there's a magnet on that. Alright, so we have the fuel line, get into the fuel, just making sure that it's not like onto the bottom of the inside of the can so we don't starve with the fuel. I went and got my box of magical electrical things. I found this coiled up wiring with this recept already wired up to it. This is something I removed from the inside of the garage when we moved in here and I started getting my garage set up. It was in a weird place, so I figured I'd use it elsewhere. And I have this light hooked up to it. So we're gonna see if this thing makes power. All right, go ahead and fire it up. Didn't realize that was already turned to the on position. So, yeah, this generator runs, the engine runs, the generator head produces power. Can't beat that. I am only $50 invested into this. That's what I paid for it. And other than that, just, I guess there's a little bit of oil and some fuel. Fuel line that's on here was used. I will put a new fuel line on it and replace this vacuum line, put a new spark plug in it, new air filter, just kind of go through it. And then, you know, when you go to crank it over, you got to hit the button a few times, so I'll get that sorted out. Maybe it might need what? New solenoid? I'll try a different solenoid, see if that remedies that issue. Yeah, just like you said, it might be the brushes, but looks like we have a good unit here, and just a little bit more time and a little bit of money invested in it. This is going to be a very solid, reliable unit from. Oh, and a muffler. It's going to need a muffler. It's loud. So, anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry parts of it may have been kind of boring and we had to do some stuff off camera, but that's just how it goes sometimes. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And if you have not yet, hit that subscribe button if you like the kind of stuff you see on this channel. And I will see you in the next one. Later. Say bye.